Hey, good to see you right here on 5 Plus for an extended version of 5 Outdoors. We have a fascinating topic today. At first, I didn't think it was going to be for me, but now that I've learned even a little bit about it, I'm thinking, hey, I might actually want to do this. We're talking about what today, Sarah King with Experience Fayetteville?
Bikepacking.
Bikepacking? What is bikepacking?
Bikepacking is a lot like backpacking, but you're using a bike. So it's that simple. You're out, you're self-sufficient, you have your tent, you have your roll, you have your food, and you're exploring the outdoors on a bike and making it a camping trip.
And so there's an incredible resource, multiple resources really with Experience Fayetteville for someone like me who is merely interested, all the way to folks that have a lot of experience. Tell me what you can offer.
Yes, how would you just dive into this? You really do need a guide, and we partnered with some experts to develop the Fayetteville Bikepacking Route Network, and I brought along a copy of this brochure. You can request this from Experience Fayetteville, come into our visitor center on the square, or go to our website. We'd be glad to mail you one.
Okay.
And it walks you through all these great routes. And we developed this network so that people who haven't ever tried it before can hop right into it. It gives you lots of advice, tells you everything down to what kind of tires you're going to need for each one of these routes. And then there's a digital resource that goes along with it that takes you, when you're out on your bike, turn by turn through the landscape, so it's with you every step of the way. So this is the first of its kind in Arkansas. No one else has really developed a bikepacking route network quite like this, and it's designed to be graduated, right? Mm-hmm. So you can start, maybe it's your first overnight and you do these under 24-hour trips like Alex was talking about, but then it can take you all the way up to a 200-mile adventure through really rugged countryside out toward the Buffalo National River. So yeah, just a quick overnight that uses a lot of the Razorback Greenway to a really rugged trip that is, a multi-day adventure.
So truly, there's something for every skill level with this network.
That's right. I mean, we hope by providing these introductory routes, it's a chance for people to get involved in this hobby that folks are discovering more and more and really enjoying. And as Alex mentioned, it's a step. It's not just riding your bike. You're getting out there into the landscape so that you're able to go fishing, stargazing, all of those, naturalist pursuits.
It's almost a pick your own adventure, really. Yes. Okay, that's fantastic. Absolutely. Alex, you got to introduce yourself. You're new to Northwest Arkansas. Number one, welcome.
Yes,
how'd you end up here?
My name's Alex. I moved here from New York with my wife 2 years ago. We were looking for a change of pace and a lot more space, and Arkansas has certainly offered that. Most importantly, access to the outdoors is a huge priority for us, and we love to be outside. And like Sarah mentioned, the bikepacking route is a great way to get people out from their doorstep into the amazing nature and back home nice and easy.
So you've done a few of these routes, right? Mm-hmm. Your favorite?
I really like going out to Lake Weddington because it's close, it's really beautiful, there's awesome campsites, and you can be back home the next morning for a cup of coffee in no time.
Okay, so if you're still conceptualizing this idea of bike packing, walk me through the highlights of a trip to Lake Weddington.
Yeah, so I really enjoy the preparation. Before you even get on the bike, you're kind of thinking about your favorite snacks, your water, some activities, maybe you'll bring some cards, and then I really like to assemble all the gear, get it ready on the bike, and then once you roll out of town, you're only pedaling for 15 to 20 minutes, and then you're into some amazing landscapes, and they just get prettier and prettier. You eventually make it to the lake, which has an amazing viewpoint, some awesome campsites, and just really enjoying the way out there is probably my highlight.
And you called this a sub 24-hour trip?
Yes, because you can leave after work on a Friday and make it in a couple hours to the designated campsite, have an amazing evening, and come back the next morning.
Okay, so you brought the bike, and I walked into the studio, and I thought, oh, cool, Alex brought a bike, how neat. I didn't realize at first glance that you are decked out. You're ready to go right now.
We are ready.
Walk me through some of the gear you got here.
Yeah, of course. So we'll start at the top with the big orange roll.
This guy right here.
Yep, that's a single-person tent that straps right onto the bar. And then this longer black tube is a top tank that has space for snacks as well as my medical kit. And then my favorite piece of gear is actually the buckhorn bag in the middle. It's custom made for the bike, holds the right amount of snacks, but also fits into the designated space perfectly. And then last but not least, you always want to have your patch kit. So a tube, some CO2 in case you have a tire issue, just so you're prepared. But yeah, everything's strapped on and ready to go.
Now, Sarah, talk to me about the bikepacking community. I assume there's a network of folks that are already doing this.
Man, I am learning more and more all the time. And I'll confess to you, 2 years ago when we started diving into this, I hadn't heard of it. I had some friends who did some cycle touring, mostly on paved roads. But, this idea of folks who go, I mean, you're on single track,
Yeah.
rugged trail,
Oh, yeah.
gravel roads, some paved roads, a whole combination. It's a lot more rugged than that traditional cycle touring. The community is amazing. And, my job is to promote tourism to Fayetteville. And so we introduced this resource. And the other day I saw a woman, she was loading up her bike. She had come to Fayetteville from Madison, Wisconsin.
Okay.
Had never been to Northwest Arkansas before. And she was here to take part in bikepacking. She said, it's gorgeous here. I love it. I know she's going to be back. She's another person who's fallen in love with our community. She's also coming here to support, all of our local restaurants and shopping. So it's, the best kind of economic development. Wanted to give a shout out too to the maker of this bag. That's a locally made
Yes, Sam here in Fayetteville makes that buckhorn bag. They're also sold at High Roller Cyclery, which is my favorite bike shop in town. They've been around for a very long time. Awesome community. And just to underscore the community aspect, there's a lot of great rides that are open to the public. Everybody's welcome. Just about every night of the week you can do a ride with a group.
Really?
Yeah, my favorite, I'm biased, but the Ozark Gravel Cyclists every Thursday night.
Okay.
We leave from Puritan. All abilities, all skills are welcome. We usually get on some gravel, come back in town and enjoy a nice drink at Puritan after.
So there's somebody out there watching right now and they're thinking, A, that sounds interesting despite the fact that I've never heard of it, or, well, I bike, but I've kind of gotten bored and I want to take it to another level. This is probably it. What is your advice to someone out there that has some interest in this?
Yeah, just show up. It's super fun. It's super welcoming. Everyone's really, really kind. When we first moved here from Brooklyn, we didn't really know anybody.
Yep.
I went to an OGC, Ozark Gravel Cyclist ride, and that's been our bedrock of community. And so we love meeting new people, and it's a great way to get involved.
Now, you got to tell me your favorite story from one of your trips.
Yeah.
Putting you on the spot. I know there's probably going to be a few.
There's a library. I think my favorite would be the route out to the Buffalo.
That sounds intense.
It was a long day on the bike, but it was a lot of fun. But the highlight was getting to this ridge right as the sun was setting over the Buffalo River, and we actually had a view of the river as we were descending towards it. And it's just, the landscape is so majestic. It's so beautiful. It's unlike anything I've seen.
Now, winter around here can be warm, it can be cold, but you still have some opportunities to do some bike packing.
Oh yeah, and what's great about bike packing is you can go at your own pace, and so whatever feels comfortable, you can layer up, you can pause. It's just a very easy journey, and there's always more gear you can get, but you can definitely manage with the clothes you have.
So I've got this intrigue, I've got this idea that I could probably do this or give it a try at least, and I really want this guide right here, Sarah. Tell me how I can get my hands on one of those.
Well, our visitor center is on the corner of the Fayetteville Square.
You can't miss it.
So stop in there and get one of these from Julie or Eden. They'd be glad to share this with you along with a lot of other resources. And you can also request one through our website, which is experiencefayetteville.com.
Okay.
And we'd be glad to send you one.
Now, there's a lot of information in it, not just from the trails to some things you could do. What else could we possibly find in this guide?
I mean, they recommend everything to you here. They let you know, how long it is, how difficult it is, how many days you'll be out there, what kind of tires you're going to need for your bike.
That's helpful.
So there are different recommendations of tire sizes for different routes, and then a lot of other resources. It'll connect you with local suppliers, like you mentioned, bike shops. But also, there's a QR that scan it, and then you'll have the whole route right there.
How perfect.
In your digital device.
So if you're me, who's never done this in my life, or you're someone that is looking to take it to a next level, you just need that guide and you're set. Everything you could possibly need.
And then the support of the local community too. I can tell that you're thinking about it.
I really am.
I know that these folks would love to have you join in, and we'd be glad to support you however we can.
I'd love it. I absolutely love it. All right, that's all the time we're going to have for today. This is really cool. I thought this was like crazy out there, like bikepacking. Who's doing that? But the more I've learned, I'm in. I'm absolutely in. We're going to have to do it. We'll make it a special 5 Outdoors. That's all the time we're going to have for today. I want you both to come back, okay? This is fun. All right, see you guys next time.